Ladies and gentlemen, to introduce our next inductee to the 2011 Hall of Fame, year 2000 inductee, Bill Todd.
Thank you. It's my great honor to present the first member of the Hall of Fame from the life sciences sector, Dr. Raymond F. Schinazi. More than 90% of the people in the U.S. and many around the world are on medication for HIV/AIDS that come from the laboratory of Dr. Schinazi at Emory University. In the early 1990s, pediatrics professor Schinazi and two colleagues co-developed the molecules 3-TC and FTC, which help prevent or delay HIV from replicating and infecting other cells. After continued work, FTC, or Emtreva, EM for Emory, and 3-TC were recommended by the World Health Organization as part of the first-line drug treatment regimen. Dr. Schinazi earned his PhD in chemistry and his Doctor of Science in Biotechnology from Bath University, trained in pharmacology at Yale, and started his career at Emory as a fellow in the Pediatrics Infectious Disease and Immunology section. He also trained in virology at Chicago University and enzymology at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. He began his work as a virologist, focusing on drug therapeutics. Dr. Schinazi met the challenge of AIDS head-on. He set up the first ever laboratory for the study of HIV at Emory, as well as a protocol for how to deal with the dangerous virus in the laboratory. His lab never had an accident, and the procedures he laid out have been adopted around the world. He has said sometimes to understand how to develop a drug, you had to take 2 steps backward to move 3 steps forward. And that's exactly what we did. Over time, his patience and hard work paid off. The drugs invented in his lab are the most important HIV/AIDS drugs in use today, taken by the majority. Contributing to the greater good is a driving force behind Dr. Schinazi's lab. The drugs he's discovered mean the difference between life and death. And he says something that's very relevant to anybody involved in innovation. The key is not to be afraid to fail. In 2005, Gilead Sciences bought the royalties to Emtreva from Emory University for $525 million. Now, 94% market share, $525 million action is impressive to anybody. Some of our members in the Hall of Fame can compete with that, but nobody in the Hall of Fame to date can look out and say that their work has saved millions of lives. Dr. Bill Foege, the man who is credited with the elimination of smallpox from the face of the earth, cautions us always to look at the faces behind the numbers. Dr. Raymond F. Schinazi sees the faces all over the world. Please join me in welcoming him to the Hall of Fame.
Thank you. I'm very honored by this award from this group. It's really amazing to be here. It really takes a village to do what I've done. You really also need a champion. It's very important when you discover something that you believe in it, even though the NIH sometimes doesn't fund you. They think that what you're doing is not that innovative, but they don't see the big picture sometimes. But we persisted, and we were successful. It wasn't easy. And it really took a lot of people, not just my group, but my colleague, Dr. Liotta, Dr. Wu Bin Choi, and people at my table who helped form companies and develop technology that is now saving lives. I've been very interested all my life in life-threatening infections. I didn't start as a virologist. I started off as an organic chemist, but a frustrated organic chemist who really didn't just want to be a chemist. I wanted to become a pharmacologist. I wanted to become a virologist. I wanted to know everything that was needed to develop drugs, and I think I successfully did it with 10 NDAs and 3 IPOs with 3 companies. So it's been really a roller coaster, but successful one. One thing I like to say is that when you're dealing with life-threatening infections and the patients take your drug in their rooms, in their kitchen, in their bathroom, I'm there with them. I feel that I'm there with them when they're actually taking the medicines. And I'm happy to know that these medicines are keeping them alive to be able to contribute. So I'm very pleased that what I've done, I wake up every morning and I'm happy that somebody else is being saved by these molecules. But again, you know, this is not enough, so I'm still working, I'm not retired. I hope to continue making some more innovations. And I think the big challenge now is to find cures, not only for HIV, but cures for more devastating diseases like cancer, hepatitis C virus, hepatitis B virus, dengue, many, many other diseases, names that you've probably never heard of, that are out there killing people, much more than any of the wars, much more than any of the suffering that we see on the television every morning. So with that, I'd like to thank again the TAG and my mentors, who are actually, one of them is in the audience, who taught me how to become a scientist, a good scientist with a good heart, but also with a big stick to make sure things go forward. And also I'd like to thank my mother, who's 88 years old, who's in the audience. Thank you, Mother, for coming. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the president of the Technology Association of Georgia, Tino Mantella.
Well, it's a great way to end the program. I think it just reminds all of us how technology can change the world. And Dr. Schinazi, thank you for those words and your passion for science and technology and your hope to always help people. So that wraps up the program. Thanks for staying through the end. Next year, mark down, it's March 20th, 2013. That'll be the summit. We'll be back here. We've already booked the date. Also, please take the executive summary, the State of the Industry report, or you can go online and get the full report at tagstateoftheindustry.com. So thanks again. Enjoy the rest of the day and appreciate you being part of TAG. Thank you.